What's up, AtoZSports here live in the new year. Going to be a big year for the Titans. New year, new Titans. That's what everybody's saying around the Nashville area so
Is that what
far.
they're
But no,
saying?
that's exactly what they're saying. But no, we're going to have
Okay.
a great show here ahead of the Titans' last game of this regular season. We have finally made it, everybody. The Titans' misery season will be over. Cam Ward's last rookie impression is upon us. And
God
then we're going
bless.
to shift to all the coaching search, the draft talk, the free agency, everything that we have to take from this rookie season moving forward to build upon is the conversation over the next handful of months after this weekend. So we'll talk through some of the things that Cam Ward that we want to see from Cam Ward here in the last rookie impression. Then we'll talk about Ruben Bain, who is the bane of the draft existence to this point, because every
Oh, right.
conversation about Ruben Bain is just going to be just not cordial at all. It's just it's not like that's just the reality of it. If you send a tweet
Sure.
out about Ruben Bain, be prepared to mute it. And so we'll discuss that about the Titans and Ruben Bain, and then maybe a little New Year's resolution for the Titans. I have one.
Mm-hmm.
I have one.
I do
I
too.
have a strong one for a New Year's resolution for us, and I use us like collectively, all of us. Everybody here will have to agree upon and sign on a digital dotted line that they agree to my New Year's resolution. We
It's
will do
legally
this
binding.
together.
Wow.
Yes, we will do it together. That is what I hope, at least. And then we have draft watch, our last draft pick watch, because we're going to get down to like the 100,000th of a point of a decimal point to figure out if the Titans are going to pick 4th or 5th if they lose.
That's right.
To the Jags. So a lot to get to. What's up?
A lot to get to. I'm glad that we can officially be done guessing where the Titans are going to draft after this weekend. We can know, and we can start to prepare ourselves accordingly. A lot to talk about. You're right, Ruben Bain is a hot topic, and the college football playoffs. I do love we're in this season of everybody pretending that college football playoff performances are what dictate draft status. And there weren't, 12 games before this or seasons before this that evaluators actually care about for these players. No. It's about whether or not you happen to play well in that one game on primetime that everybody's watching.
Right, Kevin Dodd?
That's right. This is how it goes. These are the rules. So we'll talk about Bain, who has been, listen, he's not hurting his draft stock by playing as well as he is in the college football playoff. He is certainly making a name for himself amongst fans early on in this process. And there are some reasons why he's controversial. Not bad reasons, just interesting football history reasons that we'll dive into. So looking forward to doing that with you. Before we do any of it, though, got to like the show on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're watching with us. Hit that like button. We really appreciate that. Like the show on a Friday. Be a friend. And then jump into the comments. We want to hear from you all on Ruben Bain, on the Titans' New Year's resolutions, whatever is on your mind about the Titans this Friday. We want to hear from you. Hello, ladies, and American Toff, and Jeff, and Orlando, and Malachi. A lot of familiar faces in there already. Join them. Be a part of the conversation today. Jump on in. The water's fine. It's going to be a good one. And with that, Austin, once everyone's liked the show, thank you. We can get started.
Yep, let's do it officially. Welcome to the AtoZSports here live on a Friday. I'm Austin Stanley. He is Easton Freezer, Titan reporter for AtoZSports.com. We're Nashville's on-demand sports talk network, going live weekday mornings at 8:10 Central Time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Links to the show segment by segment on our Twitter X timeline. Hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads for more great Titans content. I'm also posting this in the feed here. That is the link to follow us on Google to be a preferred Titans Google source for you guys in this new year. That goes a long way. That is not my New Year's resolution for you that you have to follow. That is just something that I ask politely every day. So please follow us there on Google. Do have to thank our sponsors. They're great. They're awesome. And we're excited to have them. As always, they help us out quite a bit. Wilson County Hyundai, make them a part of your new car buying process in Lebanon, WilsonCountyHyundai.com. The Bone and Joint Institute, the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedic and sports medicine care. Barton Drury Insurance Group, customized solutions for all of your insurance needs, local and online at BartonDrury.com. Botero Carts, life is short, buy golf cart, 2 locations, Columbia and Gallatin. And Window Nation, take advantage of January's buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 4, get 4 windows for free. WindowNation.com is where to go. I always find it funny when somebody is wondering if we are recorded or live, as Ashley Heedy Smith says, is this legit live or recorded? LOL. It's like, I guess we have to like mention somebody in the chat live for somebody to know. And then apparently I scared somebody's baby, which I don't know how or why. I'm sorry for that. Apologies for any baby scares that happened this morning, right?
What is it? Yeah, no kidding. What is it about this show that makes people like when people ask if it's live or not? Why is it just because we don't throw a chat up on the screen?
Well, when Jack Gentry and I did a couple pre-recorded shows around like summer holidays,
Right,
where we went like 50 minutes straight, and at the end we're like, "Hey, guess what? It was recorded." Ha! Like just kind of goofing around. And ever since then, I guess you do it once and you lose trust. So you have fun. You play a joke one time around the holiday. And Ashley says, you never know around the holiday, which is fair. I get that. A lot of people take time off. We did take time off. We took 2 days off this week, 2 mornings of the show. Easton's still writing. I'm still doing stuff. I still got videos I'm posting. We did that for Christmas last week. But, hey, now it's moving forward.
We're in the new year.
We're live.
It's time. It's time to rock and roll. It's the holiday. The season ends yesterday. Was kind of loafing around watching all the college football, sort of writing, but like we'll hit the ground running tomorrow, and now we're here. So it's time to pick that baton back up and get rolling.
That's right. So Cam Ward's got one more game left in his rookie campaign, and JT and I had the conversation roughly a month ago. It was when the Titans had 4 games left in the regular season, and Cam just had his first game of 2 touchdown passes in his life in the NFL against the Browns. They beat the Browns, 2 touchdowns for Cam. Then we said, okay, Cam has 4 games left and he has a chance to no longer make his rookie box score ugly. Right? And there's the whole narrative of the film looks good, the results, the stats look gross. That's been something we've talked about since week 1 in Denver. And so now, since JT and I did that topic, Cam Ward has continued to throw 2 touchdown passes in every game since.
That's right.
He has made his box score look considerably better. And I'm going to put it up there on the screen that JT put together for us. This is what Cam Ward has done through 16 games with 1 left. 3,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a hair under 60% completion. He's been sacked 55 times. Now, the sack number,
it's crazy.
I will say this. How about this? Is kind of crazy. Since we have done this, the sack number and the touchdown pass number have grown by the same exact number.
One sack per touchdown?
Yes, which is good.
Considering
it was like 4 sacks per touchdown. Actually, that math is probably what was it? 9 to 49?
Yeah, something like that.
Ugh, a lot
to a
sacks
little.
to touchdown. So it's 1-to-1 sack to touchdown pass ratio is pretty good considering.
I like my quarterbacks to in general have a 1-to-1 ratio.
But also guess what? Well, speaking of ratios, what hasn't moved since we've done this is that 7. It's been
that's right. Now
7.
he's tried to move it a couple times, but it hasn't moved.
Yeah. And defenders play defense for a reason, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at some other splits that I had from this article earlier in the week, which everyone should go read. Cam Ward's rookie season has a clear before and after picture. It's a lot of cool stats in there and some film stuff. This is before and after the bye week, so that's what 9 games on the front end and 7 games on the back end.
Is it 9?
What?
Is it 9 and 7?
Yeah, because their bye week was week 10.
Okay.
9 and 7 to this point. He had 38 of those sacks were in the first half of the season, and since then he's had 17 sacks, 10 passing touchdowns since the bye.
Yeah, I did the stats a week or so ago. It was pre the game they just played against the Saints, but the sacks per game were like 4.5 to like 2.25. They literally cut it in half post bye week. So it's impressive. Jason says
his touchdown interception ratio was 5-6, and now it is 10-1. It's pretty good.
in the post bye, right?
Pre bye 5 touchdowns, 6 interception. Post bye 10 touchdown, 1 interception.
Yes, and Nick says I predicted 3,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions before the seasons. And I
Not
remember
bad.
we had the conversation too of like how many, like, what are your like stat bars, I guess, for Cam
Thresholds.
to clear
Yeah.
thresholds. And I remember having a 2-to-1 INT touchdown to INT ratio was a part of my successful rookie campaign deal.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is. He's got it right now at 15-7.
Just don't screw it up.
Just don't screw it up. He's got one more game to do that. So I think we can go ahead and dive into our first question. Don't you think?
I agree.
How many yards, touchdowns, and interceptions does Cam need to finish with to officially kill the negative box score narrative? So we're running it back because we've got one game left. So here are his numbers again. You have one game to improve on these numbers. So what do these numbers need to look like for everybody collectively to look back at Cam Ward's Pro Football Reference sheet that let's just say it's 6 years in the future. Cam Ward's done whatever he has done in the next 5 seasons. But what does this rookie stat line need to be for you not to be like, well, he overcame a really kind of ugly rookie year?
Right.
Like 6 years on the road, you look at it like that's average. That's a normal rookie numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do these numbers need to look like from a yards, touchdowns, interceptions standpoint for it to not just be like that was a terrible rookie year, but wow, he's really turned it around. So we'll get to all of those opinions here in a second. But first, Barton Drury Insurance Group, customized solutions for all of your insurance needs are local and online, bartondrury.com. Make sure in the new year, if you're looking for new insurance partners, if you're trying to save some money without sacrificing the coverage that you need and that you get, Barton Drury can help you out quite a bit, whether it's local, they are local, whether it's business insurance or if it's anything you need from your family, 401k planning for your financial future, they've got you covered. They have experts that can help you out quite a bit, and their support staff is amazing. Their customer service and their communication skills are also top notch too, because it's always a bummer and annoying as hell to not be able to get a hold of somebody for something that you don't know very well to ask for answers. Barton Drury has answers and they're easy to get a hold of. They'll jump on a Zoom, phone call, emails back and forth. I'm sure they'll even text you if they need to. But check them out online, bartondrury.com.
We're also brought to you by, if I can find the thing, here we go. Wait,
Rusty.
Here it is. Rusty. We've got a lot of graphics in here. Maybe that's a New Year thing, is we need to clean up the old StreamYard. BTA Sports, dominating the game. I made some good money yesterday on the college football playoffs. I did, and it's the kind of day that makes me think I can't wait for Saturday and Sunday NFL games, and I'm going to be leaning on BTA Sports to help me out with those to keep the ball rolling. You can too. Use the link in the description below to get 14 days. That's 2 weeks for free. That app for free. The trial on your phone is going to allow you to really maybe even pay for the subscription, honestly, because of the way that they're going to help you make some money at the sportsbook. Give it a try. No risk. 14 days. You will enjoy it. I promise. It's going to make you a smarter, better. That's what they aim to do at BTA Sports. We love them. You will too.
All right. So what does Cam's season-long stats need to look like from a yards, touchdowns, and interception standpoint for you to look back and be like, you know what? That was a solid rookie campaign. It's a normal rookie campaign. It's not great, but it's not gross. It is a very solid rookie campaign. So, Easton, I will send you to the chat. Yards, touchdowns, interceptions. What do you see in the answers be here for Cam's rookie stat line?
Luke says 3,500 yards, 17 touchdowns, interception, 60% completion. Okay. That's a lot of yards. The rest of it is fair. But
17-8, so 2-1 in the last game, and that would be like what? 380 yards.
That would be it would be it'd be like by far his best passing day in terms of total yardage. So it's been done before. Not by Cam Ward though, so we'll see. Let's see. The stats he has now should already kill it. So he just needs to have an okay last game, says Duran. He says
just don't screw it up.
Just don't screw it up. That's right. Caps is just kind of wish casting, I guess. If Cam can go off in this game, have 4 touchdowns, 0 interception, 400 yards, that stat line would be impressive. You know what, Caps? I agree. That stat line would be impressive. Good point. Tall Texan pointing out the box score narratives kill any legit grade. Yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody should be grading Cam Ward exclusively on his rudimentary box score.
And that's not what we're trying to do here,
no,
right? Like
no.
I think everybody, I just want everybody to understand the assignment and it's like where it needs to be. It is for the casuals. I think it's trying
Right.
to understand
For those that did
is
not watch.
For the offseason narrative, looking back at Cam's complete rookie campaign, he's got these numbers.
Nick says 3,400 yards, 17 touchdowns, 8 maximum interceptions. No more fumbles either.
Yeah.
Lane says 30. A lot of folks have that 3,500 number as their threshold. So Cam's going to have a hard time getting to the total yardage that folks want. But 60% completion, as we pointed out, he's just a hair under that right now. That is certainly an attainable goal.
You can round up, right?
You can, but it's also nice to just have a nice, clean get over the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
34, 20, and 7. Oh, how many does he have right now? 17? He wants 3 touchdowns in this game. Realistically,
no. That'd be 5.
How many does he currently have? Touchdowns?
15.
Oh, yeah, 5 touchdowns. All right. Realistically, 33, 19, and 7. He thinks realistically he gets 4 touchdowns in this game.
On under 200 yards passing.
Right. Just slinging it in the end zone. Luke says, how many lost fumbles does he have? I can find that in 1 second. We'll circle back on that.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to Google.
Surprisingly. Well, I have it in that article. Hang on. Okay. So before the bye, he had 7 fumbles and lost 5 of them. And after the bye, he's had 4 fumbles and lost 2. So in total, 11 total fumbles, and he's lost 7 of them, which is not great. But
no, so 14 turnovers.
Right.
16 total touchdowns.
Generally speaking, the audience wants to see somewhere in the range of 34 to 3,500 yards passing, which is going to be a tough task. They want to see him get another pair of touchdowns, which I think he's on the path to do. It's what he's done every week for the past month. And they want to see no more turnovers. And they would love for him to get over that 60% completion mark. Austin, what about you?
Yeah, I think another 200 yards, right? So probably not going to get to I doubt he gets to 3,400. That would be like 283.
Yeah, no, I think he gets to the 3,300 mark, which is a nice round number.
Can he get to 3,350? Right, that's a 225, 230 yard game. Right? Can he throw a touchdown? I think it's at least one more touchdown pass than he has interceptions in this game. Right? It's either 1-0, 2-1 at minimum.
Increase the gap.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you have a 16-8, okay. If you have a 17-8, if you have a 16-8, that's still, it's 2-1. You're not underneath that, but I'd like it to continue to be over that. So I think it's 3350. Excuse me. 3350 for the yards. I think it's 17-8. That is what I want to see, honestly. And so I'm going to have, can he end the season with 5 straight games throwing 2 touchdown passes? Mm-hmm. That would be something. Mm-hmm. That is like, you're talking about rolling over momentum in any shape or form. Having 10 touchdown passes in your last 5 games is legit. Because what does that translate to? A lot of touchdowns. 34.
Good point. Yeah, that would be 12-1 touchdown to interception ratio since his bye week, which would, like, finishing the year with that mark would be something that you could really hang your hat on. This is all arbitrary, but I'll say the 3,300 mark because I like that number. I'll say 17-7 touchdown to interception ratio because I like the symmetry there. And the one that I maybe care the most about, barely, is the completion percentage. I would like to see him complete the year north of 60% because that it is an arbitrary. It's a completely arbitrary point. Like whether you finish with a 59.5 or a 60% completion percentage as a rookie is not going to determine your future. And yet, if you look historically at rookies who are north or south of that 60% mark, there is signal there as to who is good and who is bad. Now, again,
Okay.
it's usually like guys that were below the 60% mark are like, 52%. And guys
Yeah,
are,
yeah, like
it's like
below
usually
it.
more than a half
Yeah.
percentage. Okay. So
Right. Right.
don't pound the alarm if Cam Ward finishes with a
Well, I think like
59.72
the
completion
reason
percentage.
why I'm not touching that is like I don't know. It would take stupid math that I don't want to take the time to do of like what completion percentage per attempts does he need to have in
Right.
game 17 to bump the 16 game percentage over 60. I don't know. I'm not trying to get into that projecting on nerding out. I could probably do it in a spreadsheet if I wanted to. I could probably get our spreadsheet
We could figure
master
it out. I
Travis
mean,
May
it's
onto
not
it.
hard to guesstimate that he needs to have, a north of 70% completion percentage in
Yeah,
this
but
game
on how many attempts and completions, right?
Yeah,
Because
if we're assuming an average passing day for him, which
30
I think
attempts.
is right. Yeah, I think it's something like 28 attempts or something on average. Then he needs to have north of 70% in this game to
Yeah,
make that
to
mark,
get
which
that
is possible.
0.4.
How many of these games has he had? You keep talking. I'm going to go find how many games this year he's had a 70 or better completion percentage.
Oh, I mean, probably not.
Not any?
Because he's had a lot of probably not many.
Let's see. I have it pulled up. Completion percentage. In week 2, in week whatever the New England week was. Oh,
7.
wait, these are backwards. Just kidding. Not week 2, week 16. So this 2 weeks ago against Kansas City, he had a 75% completion percentage, and then he had one against New England, and those are the only days that he's had
2.
north of 70. Yeah,
And the game against New England was irrelevant.
True. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I forgot he had that 38% completion percentage day in Houston.
Ugh.
Brutal. So he's been north of 60 more times than not, but rarely north of 70.
Right. So here's Cam's numbers. He has 31 17s. There's been some comments in the chat about him having different numbers passing yards, but 31 17, 15 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. He is 0.4 away from that 60% number, and then 55 sacks. So, the last time, I think here's another thing to this. The last time the Titans offense looked just gross was against this Jags defense.
It's true. It's kind of a turning point for them. We talked to some of the players about that in the locker room this week. They were kind of pissed off for greatness after that one, and I think that ultimately it was a successful wake up call. But you're right that it was a truly wretched performance. What was Cam's day like that day? So they lost 25-3 at home. Cam was 24 of 38, 63% completion, 141 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, just a bunch of nothing that day.
Yeah.
3.7 yards per attempt, not pushing the ball downfield even a little bit. 70 passer rating. Took 3 sacks. By the way, on the year, 55 sacks is like a crazy number. Like you're like, wow, 50. I mean, it's not the most ever, but it's a lot. 410 yards worth of sacks he's taken. 4 football fields worth.
Hell Ladies just says, what is his net rushing yards, including sack loss? Well, here's the good thing. The NFL is not stupid like college football and has a completely different stat. Because that's not, is that
how
his net rushing yards. Yes.
Really?
It drives me insane.
That is really dumb. I learned something new every day. I did not know that.
It's the worst thing. It pisses me off more than it should.
That's really crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, if we were doing it that way, his rushing, he has 148 yards.
Minus 257 or something crazy.
Yeah. Minus a lot.
But that's not the case. It doesn't work that way. Thank God. You can
yet another reason why college is the inferior product. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
No, speaking of college, we're about to get into that right now. And yes, the Jags are playing their starters. The Jags have a lot up for grabs. The Jags, I don't know if they can still win the 1 seed yet.
They can. They need some things to go their right, but their way, but they can.
Yeah, and obviously they have to win the AFC South too. They could still lose, the Texans win, and then have a road playoff game instead of a home one. So the Jags will come out to beat the Titans' ass. That will be their goal. The Titans are trying to just get. Here's another thing too. Cam Ward has literally played every single offensive snap for this team in 16 games. That would be an amazing feat if he can finish out this last one. So, all right, let's talk about what many of you guys are here for, and that is the Ruben Bain conversation. I think this is the first time that we've had a on-air Ruben Bain conversation. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So bless you.
Thank
Great
you.
mute
I
button
couldn't
that you
reach the
used.
mute button in time.
Yeah.
It was too late.
It
It was too late.
A great start to the new year. Just I almost choked when I was reading earlier and had to mute, and you just sneezed in there. All right, so
you got to set
Ruben
the bar
Bain.
low. Only up from here this year.
Yeah, Ruben Bain is one of the most polarizing players in this draft, and he will be a option for the Titans in the top 5. So this question, I'll go ahead and paste this in the chat right here. Are you in or out on Ruben Bain being an option for the Titans in the top 5 of the draft? And now you ask, why is this so controversial? We will get to that here in a moment, but first, Easton, if you could tell us all about Botero Carts.
Botero Carts, life is short. Go buy a golf cart today with our friends at Botero Carts. They have 2 locations to serve you in the Middle Tennessee area, in Columbia and in Gallatin. They offer 0% financing for 36 months. That's 3 years, 0% down. Carts starting at $6,700. Open 7 days a week. It's a full-service sales and rental dealership. They're always on hand, ready to help you in Columbia or in Gallatin. No dealer fees, no credit card fees. The point is they're not going to nickel and dime you to death. You're not going to walk in there thinking you're paying one thing and then pay thousands more when you walk out the door. What you pay is what you pay. The sticker price is what you're looking at, and they are affordable, and they are a great thing to have for 2026, frankly. Who doesn't want a golf cart in 2026? I would love a golf cart in 2026. You should get one with our friends at Botero Cart.
All right, shout out to AtoZSports. It is all about playoff time in the NFL, which means why isn't the graphic not?
It's not letting me scroll.
Oh, that's annoying.
My graphics thing is broken.
Okay, I'll help you out. AtoZSports, better for sports bettors. You can download the app today, become a better sports bettor. The link is in the description. Use the code AtoZSports. Why? You get a 14-day free trial and then a $79 12-month subscription, which means at the first of the year, you're going to get literally 14-day free trial, the rest of the playoffs, the Super Bowl, all of Major League Baseball, and the entire NFL regular season next year. So jump on it now. AtoZSports is an awesome product. They continue to get better. They have fantasy football lineup optimizer as well. We'll do the same thing for baseball. AtoZSports, use that code AtoZSports right there. So Ruben Bain is going to be the most, well, I don't know if he's the most, but one of the most polarizing. There might be another couple of polarizing prospects in this draft class that'll be near the top, in the top 5, top 10 range of this. And draft season is just,
I mean, the top edge. Nobody's even sure if he plays edge. So
yes, and the Heisman Trophy winner will have some conversation, I'm sure, as he, if he leads Indiana to a championship game, championship itself. Who knows? But there's going to be all types of conversation when it comes to Fernando Mendoza as well. But Ruben Bain has these tiny little short arms, right? And so here is the numbers. These 3 tweets from Easton, from me, and from our guy Ryan Roberts, that you guys know. So I will read these in the order, chronological order of the tweets. Ryan tweeted this a month ago. Miami Edge Ruben Bain Jr. reportedly going to have measure sub 31-inch arms. Since 1999, here's the list of edge defenders with arms 31 inches or shorter who have made a double-digit sack season or made the Pro Bowl.
I think you cut off the list.
No, it's just me. I'm underneath the colon.
Oh, it's just you. Wow, impressive.
I am the one. I have made the Pro Bowl.
I didn't know you had a season that good.
Yep. And then my tweet from a couple nights ago. The Ruben Bain NFL draft talk is going to be fascinating. He's obviously a dog, but not a single human being has succeeded. Yeah.
Turned the board out
not
there.
A single human
not
being.
A single person has succeeded.
Shut up. Top 10 pick expectations in that position with his arm length. And then Easton, I will let you read your own tweet.
Great success. The way I see it, the Ruben Bain arm length debate is really just a positional value debate. It's not so much a question of whether he will be a good or a bad player because of his length. It's a question of where will this good football player, dadgummit, wait, no, I just can't read. I didn't mess it up. Where this good football player will eventually line up. How will this good football player's next team use him? And does that protected position and usage dictate the draft value you are willing to spend on this good football player?
Exactly.
Finn.
So he's got short arms, sub 31-inch arms.
Real short. First percentile for edge rushers.
Like
very bottom.
First percentile. So the question,
gotta love a player who you're banking on being the first to ever be the way that he is, you know?
right? And so like I had to mute that thread because people obviously nobody pointed out to me my grammar issue. Nobody did, not a single person. That's we has 90.
That's
replies.
the kind of issue that you read
We
it
all
in your head on
yeah.
Twitter, and I think you subconsciously fix it.
But when you have to read it out loud, you completely mess it up.
Correct. That's why when I edit my articles, I read them to myself out loud because
yeah, you go.
I find things better.
But so many people obviously missed out me saying he's obviously a dog, and they're just like short arms, nerd, get out of here. Like watch the film, idiot. Like that's what I'm saying. The film is
watch
ridiculous.
The film, idiot. Yeah.
Yes. yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I've seen him have 4 sacks in 2 playoff games. I've seen him just be a completely disruptive force at Texas A&M and then against Ohio State with the rest of his Miami defense the other night. And it was like the month of September, Ruben Bain, Heisman finalist. Like there was all that stuff.
At the beginning of the year, he was phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of disappeared there.
Then he's back.
That's right. And that is important because I was talking to my buddy Stoney Keeley, who's great at these things. And he was saying the other day, I think he tweeted this yesterday, actually, his concern with Bain it doesn't even begin with the short arms thing. It's that, like, once they stopped playing Panera Bread State at the beginning of the year, he kind of disappeared there for the final month, 6
You
weeks
mean
of the
Notre
season. That's exactly what I mean, Panera Bread State. But now, against real competition, he is showing what he's capable of, and that matters. I think that matters quite a bit. It's funny because do you agree with me? We'll get to the actual. I don't want to ignore the answers we have from people, whether they're in or out on Bain. But do you agree with the sentiment of my tweet that the question really isn't about whether he's going to be good in the NFL, and the question is whether or not he's going to actually be a true edge rusher in the NFL? Like it's a positional value debate.
Sure, but there's also like, I do think there are thresholds of profile that matter.
And he's a tweener because of that length. I think that he has cleared whatever requisite bar you need to say this guy's going to be good in the NFL wherever he ends up. He's a good football
player. Right, like, but you don't. It's not
a question of is he going to be bad in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be bad in the NFL. I think he's going to be good. I just don't know where he's going to play.
Yeah, right, and what's the ceiling? I think that's it. It's draft value is what. Yes, it's a draft value conversation because again, going back to Ryan's tweet, there have been 0 human beings since 1999 that have played edge with short arms under 31 inches to have a double-digit sack season or make a Pro Bowl. And Ruben Bain
is not the end-all be-all, but like if you're drafting the 4th overall pick edge, you want that guy to be
a Pro Bowler. You want an impact player. And for that position, sacks are how you become impactful. Jeffrey Simmons is a defensive tackle. He has 10 sacks this season. It's the first time in his career that he's had 10 sacks in a season. Now, he does not play edge. But Ruben Bain, is he going to play edge or is he going to play tackle? Like, so
yeah.
You've also got like somebody's like Micah Parsons has short arms. Micah Parsons' arms are 31 and a half. Above that 31 number. Ruben Bain's are shorter. Like, so why does that matter? I guess why does arm length matter? We've all seen the thing of like the older brother holding his little brother's forehead and little brother's just swiping, can't reach anything. That's it. It's that cartoon. And in the NFL, you're playing against left tackles or right tackles that are way bigger and way better than anybody else you mostly played in college. And so this is also Xavier Shepard. Xavier Shepard can go have a 1,000-yard season in the ACC because he also plays 3 non-conference games against whoever cares. Mm-hmm. But when he gets to the NFL, can he get open? Can he separate? Now, we don't know. I think Xavier Shepard is a good player. I think he can play in the NFL for a little bit as an undrafted free agent. Would he have been worth a 7th-round pick? Sure. Juwan Jennings is a great example, too. Juwan Jennings is a dog, right? But he was slow. He ran like a 4.7 something 40. Right. And he's not quick. He's not like a weight room guy. He's just a good football player. And he's also kind of a maniac, which helps him. But he was a 7th-round pick. And now he's got 9. Did you know this? Juwan Jennings could score a touchdown on Saturday. and become the first Niners receiver to have double-digit touchdowns since Terrell Owens? How about that?
That can't be right.
It is true. It is true.
I refuse to acknowledge that statistic. That doesn't make sense, and I don't acknowledge it.
But it is there. But he's a 7th round pick.
Terrell Owens. Wow.
Yes.
The thing here's where like the shut up nerd comes into this. When it comes to arm length, and there's a handful of positions where this matters, right? But we talk about it in the trenches a bunch. And when we're splitting hairs on half inches and quarter of an inches, and it's like, well, it needs to be 34-inch arms for the tackle, and he's 33 and 3 foot. It's like, okay, shut up, man. It's a quarter of an inch. But what we're talking about here is like nearly half a foot, because some of these tackles have 36-inch arms, and if Ruben Bain is 5 inches shorter than him on both sides of his body, that really does matter. That matters a lot. You can actually do the like forehead thing with the little kid.
How many times did we watch Roger McCreary with the Titans be in a great position and the ball just goes right over his fingertips?
Yep.
Or he tips the football but couldn't pick it.
Right. That especially early in his career when they were having him play outside a bunch, it was on a regular basis, and it was really frustrating because he was doing his job. He was doing everything he was physically capable of doing on some of those passes. He's got
these short arms, and he just can't do it. He just can't get. Yep. So Ruben Bain is a absolute beast. He is destroying. He destroyed the Ohio State offensive line. He was a part of the destroying of the Texas A&M offensive line, and so. Luke says he hasn't even measured yet. No, he has. Like AtoZSports has a number. It is, and Dane Brugler put it out there in the Athletic. It is a
the summer number is out there.
Yes, it is known.
Here in a second.
Sub 31-inch arms. Now, is he going to be able to like stretch and pop his knuckles to make sure he gets as much air in there as possible to get to 31 inches? I don't know. He's going to be hanging from a pull-up bar for the next 3 months before the combine. I don't know.
Trying to find his numbers. I'll find him in a second. Do we want to consult the chat? I don't want to leave all these answers. We asked if folks were in or out on Ruben Bain, and we got quite a few answers.
I put up a YouTube poll. Do you want to hit the answers?
Yes. So,
all right, in or out on Ruben Bain being a top 5 pick for the Titans. Are you in or out on Ruben Bain being a top 5 pick for the Titans?
Bustin' Diamond says, certified Bainiac here, which I love that. He's in. Steven says, after the Ohio State game, he's in. I love that we are in or out on players based on playoff games. And so in a lot of cases, this is the first time they're getting real national exposure to folks that are maybe not the biggest college fans, so I get it. Bring that man to Nashville, says Z Wildcat. Orlando asks if they are locked in at a top 5 pick. Technically, no. If all of the things in the world went wrong for you, you could be picking 7th at the worst. Let's save that for in a minute. Or do you want to go ahead and do this?
Nope.
Okay, let's get to that later. The draft watch we will do before we end the show, I promise. But 7th is your floor. Spoiler alert. Jeff says he's out because they need Carnell Tate, so he's in on a different position entirely.
The Ohio State player.
Indeed. Who apparently is.
Jeff showed up today.
That's right. Well, and guess again, these are the rules. The playoff games dictate where these guys go. So Tate's a bum. You know what I mean? Like he can't play. Mm-hmm. Being an option, he's in on. What's popular says he's in on him as an option. He's not sold all the way as the pick, but he doesn't think that he should be ruled out because of his short arms. Ryan does. He's out. Nero is in. Titans Kyle says he's in, but he wants Jordan Tyson, Arizona State wide receiver, over him. I guess I'm in, says Luke, because I don't know how easily we could trade back at this point. Not easily. Not at all. So I wouldn't be thinking about that at all. Here is not to get totally sidetracked, but I was talking in the Titans media room yesterday, Austin, and we were talking about Bain playing as well as he did in that game. I was trying to find his stats. So against Ohio State, he had 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 4 tackles. Was all over the game, over the screen, especially in the first half of the game. He and the rest of that Miami defensive line were really giving Ohio State trouble. And what I came away from that game thinking wasn't really about Bain. Not because I didn't think he was impressive, but like he did what I knew he's capable of doing. It's like, yep, that's Bain. We'll talk about him more. I came away being like, Key Mesidor. Not bad. Not a bad player. Kind of like him. And I'm always a sucker for that genre of draft profile. The other guy. Like the guy that plays the same position at the same school as another guy that everyone seems to think is better. And generally, the other guy gets a little bit downgraded, maybe unfairly, and there's kind of a value there. If the Titans were to not go edge in the first round, and Mesidor happens to fall out of the first round, which is a possibility, I think he's probably slated to go in the 20s, maybe 30s. That could be a guy that the Titans circle back on, and I'd be quite pleased with. But that's a conversation for another day. That's what Mr. Clean says. Give me Mesidor, the other edges from Miami, in the third round. Well, that's
pick 37.
Yeah, third round, no. 37th overall pick or whatever, possible. Nightshade says he's out. Trade back. Good luck with that. Tall Texan, out. He won't move the win needle at all. A top wide receiver definitely could, so he's just out on the position. You need edge rush, though, and you kind of have to get that in the first round, historically speaking. He is out. Tate all the way. Vanessa, is out. Tate all the way. Jason is out. Just say no to edge in the top 5. I am shocked at how many people think that they shouldn't consider an edge rusher in a class of good edge rushers in the top 5, considering the fact that every single year we see teams find really good starting wide receivers in the second and the third and the fourth round. And we never see teams find good edge rushers in the second and the third. Like, never. We never see them find them in the second, the third, and the fourth round. Not never, but like very rarely do you find a stud. We find stud receivers on day 2 all the time. So yeah, a bigger conversation for the future. But Austin, are you in or out?
The YouTube poll is currently 59% in, 41% out. So that's, fairly split. Easton, I'm out.
Nope. Not even considering him. Can't do it. Won't do it.
The Titans are likely to have a top 5 draft pick. The Titans have to hit on this top 5 draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans, who in this situation have won 6 games in their last 34 games, have to have a foundational difference maker with this top 5 pick.
Right.
Those Tennessee Titans cannot have their fingers crossed behind their backs and hope and pray for a unicorn with this top 5 pick. Ruben Bain may be a unicorn. He may be. He may be the first ever person to play edge defender in the NFL with short arms under 31 inches to make a Pro Bowl and or have a 10-sack season. But the Titans cannot take that risk. The Titans have to have somebody who is as close to as possible as can't miss. And again, it's the draft. Nobody is a can't miss prospect. But there is a big gap between like Bailey out of Texas Tech, who's also a freaking stud and did his part for Texas Tech yesterday. Not the rest of his teammates, not his offense for sure. But Ruben Bain would be a unicorn to do this. And the Titans cannot hope and wish for a unicorn.
You mean there's a big gap between them physically?
There's a big gap of like pan out percentage, I guess.
Based on their measurables?
Yes.
Right. Because, I mean, he's a traditional designated pass rusher body type, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't watched these guys tape, like due diligence draft study yet, but based on what I have seen on TV, I can tell I'm going to fall in love with David Bailey. I think that he's a very good player. Before I answer, I hear you on all of that, and I'm going to kind of parrot it in a second. The guy that, and this is like I've put basically no thought into this, so don't crucify me if this is like dumb from a play style standpoint. But the guy that keeps coming to mind for me when I look at Bain's measurables, right, 6'3", 275, first percentile arm length, is Kalijah Cansey. A couple years ago, if you remember him, he's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And he was always a defensive lineman, right? It wasn't considered to be an edge guy. He was just a tweener defensive lineman. It's like he's kind of small, but can you lean into his athleticism? Because he's a real athlete, right? He's 99th percentile 40-yard dash, 95th percentile 10-yard split. He's explosive for a guy that's going to be playing on the inside. And he's come in, and I think he's played he's played 2 seasons. No, just kidding. Yes, 3 seasons. He only played 2 games this year because he was hurt. But the previous 2 years, like, his best season was 2024. He had 7.5 sacks. He's an impact player. He was, as a rookie, the AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. He came in, let's see. He came in something. He didn't finish first. He did finish on the ballot, though. So he was getting Defensive Rookie of the Year votes, and in the second year, he had 7.5 sacks. I say all that to say, in a world where Bain comes into the NFL and the physical shortcomings, pun intended, force him inside, I think that that's the style of player and the element of impact that you are getting, reasonably speaking, which is a really useful player and a guy who can be a game wrecker on the inside because of his athleticism. And that's just not something that the Titans, one, really need, because you have Tavondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons. There's a redundancy element to this, right? Because I think a team that takes Bain, if they're in a position where they could really use either, that's not a bad place to be, because it's like, well, wherever he plays, like, we just need folks on the defensive line. Cool. You know what I mean? That's good. I'm glad that he's going to work out for you. Not that he wouldn't play for the Titans if he had to move inside, but you'd have a really crowded room at that point. I just think it's a clunky fit. It doesn't seem like the kind of fit that you can reasonably gamble on in the top 5, and so that's why I'm with you that I'm out. I'm still gonna watch him. I withhold the ability to change I reserve the right to change my mind once I do my deep dive study on him. But based on what I know so far, I just don't know how the Titans, especially given the other guys that you'd be considering there, right? Because there are other edge players that we've mentioned. There are receivers that the chat has mentioned that the Titans could see as quote-unquote safer options. Maybe not safer, but more clear fits for what the Titans need. And with as important as this pick and this draft and this offseason is for the Titans, I don't think you can gamble on a guy who you said, I think aptly, would need to be a unicorn to succeed in the NFL. Because I do see him wreck these games. I see him have outrageous bend. I see his power profile is top shelf. He had that one, I forget the play, but it was a tackle for loss, run stop. He was like battling one guy, his blocker he had with one arm, and then he made the tackle with the other arm. And I saw people tweeting like, oh, would you look at that? He was manhandling his blocker with one too short arm, and he made a tackle with the other too short arm. And it's like, yeah, man, I get it. Like, he does these things that he shouldn't be able to do. I watch him with my eyes, and it is sexy. It is an attractive football player out there.
And it's good that it's happening against Texas A&M and Ohio State, right? Because those offensive linemen are likely to be NFL players to some extent. Now, I'm going to get, Tony, the guy on the left, me, which is my name is
you have a name tag and he can't even bother to read it.
There. Tony, awesome. The guy on the left, has no clue. Bailey is a pass rusher. That's it. Bain is a complete end, short hands or not. I'm not short arms or not. Guy on the left. The Titans.
Quick stats, by the way, on that, because I was going back and forth with some friends who have watched Bailey and are really, because that's the narrative, right? Is that Bailey's a DPR guy. He's not going to be a 3-down guy. He's not a complete end, and yet. This is just stat watching, so I will admit this is just based on numbers. I should watch the games. I'm going to watch the games.
Sure.
But Bailey has a better run stop rate than both Reese and Bain. He has a better average depth of tackle than Reese and Bain, and he has more tackles for loss than Reese and Bain. So I just don't know about this. I watched the tape to confirm. I think we might be overblowing the fact that he's this 3rd down pass rush specialist only kind of guy. I don't know about that.
Yeah. My whole thing is that, Bailey has the prototypical edge. Look, in the guy on the left commenter said he's just a pass rusher. Okay, great. That's the
Titans need one of those guys.
The Titans need like 3 of those, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so you can get one. Like, what we don't know is if Bain can do that in the NFL, because nobody has been able to do that to a top 10 expectation level. And that's just the reality. And I'm not out here just like a lot of people. I'm not saying Ruben Bain sucks. I'm not saying that arm length is everything, but I do think it matters. I mentioned Ramon Foster quite a bit because I listened to him at least for an hour a day before our show prep starts on the Zone. He knows as a guard in the NFL for over a decade, arm length matters. These things matter. These profile measurables matter. That's also one of the reasons why Ramon Foster, college left tackle, became Ramon Foster, NFL guard.
And really more to the point here, it's not even about arm length matters. It's about extreme outliers matter. Again, we're not talking about splitting the hairs of a half inch or an inch here. We're talking about 4 and 5 and 6 inch differences for a guy who has shockingly short levers.
So
that is going to matter.
I'm just going to show here's the draft order currently, right? I think if you are the Washington Commanders and you are picking 7th or ish, or the freaking Chiefs, right? At top 10, because your season was an outlier. Like you had injuries up and down. I think the Commanders are in a spot because Jaden Daniels got hurt, missed a lot of the year, where they're picking high enough to get a guy like Ruben Bain. That makes sense for them because their idea is that they're not going to be picking very high anytime soon because Jaden Daniels is not going to miss the whole year. Again, fingers crossed. Yeah, I know. I'm talking from a Commanders.
They're planning on not being back here. 100%.
Yeah, right? Same thing with the Chiefs.
That's for sure.
Hell, the Bengals, too.
They keep planning it. And
so Ruben Bain should not get out of the top 10 because the team's picking at 7, 9, and 10. And I might even include 8 in there, too, because they've got their quarterback. Right? So he should be a tail end of the top 10 type guy. But the teams picking above that, they've got a lot of stuff they got to figure out. And they cannot just, fingers crossed, the unicorn's going to come save us. Because if somebody came up to you on the street and said, the unicorn is going to come save you, you're like, oh, let's stay away from that person. Like, let's, not get into that. That person's got some stuff going on that I don't need to be looped into.
That person's thinking that unicorns are real. He needs psychiatric help.
Exactly. So
one commenter asked,
Skronsky and Campbell were both elite tackles in college, and both were told to have short arms. One guy was never getting a chance at tackle. The other guy's killing at tackle. You never know.
You're right about that.
Yeah, Will Campbell playing well, having a good rookie year, right? As a 4th overall pick, short arm guy in college. Peter Skronsky is a badass at guard, and you're good to have him. He was also the 11th pick.
You're also right that he should have been given a chance, by the way.
But he wasn't.
I'll take that one to my grave.
But
Vrabel messed it up. One commenter asked,
and then he learned from it with Will Campbell, maybe.
Yeah, I know, and that's what pisses me off. Major Keys asks, how does Bain compare to Denico Autry? Denico Autry has almost 35-inch arms, so there's your guy that can win inside and out. Now the reason why he plays inside and out is because he's a big old fella and he's got a great strength profile, and a lot of the teams he's been on have needed that versatility. But like part of the reason why he can win on the edge as well as he wins inside is because he got big old arms.
Nico Autry's huge, guys.
Big dude. Long dude.
Yeah. Like Ruben Bain.
34 and 3/4 inch arms.
Ruben Bain's 6'3", 270. Denico Autry is like 6'5". And long, like does have long arms.
He's actually only listed as 6'3", Denico Autry. But at draft time, he was 335. Now, in the pros, he lost weight, but he was much bigger for
I see him at 6'5".
Oh, well.
He is bigger than 6'3". Denico Autry is taller than 6'3".
I'm just reading a screen.
And Ruben Bain is listed at 6'3" in college. That's probably going to come down.
Maybe.
No, it probably. I feel very confident saying that he will not be 6'3" at the combine.
Well, I mean, I'm reading his official, like, our behind the scenes document here. He was listed as 6'3" flat by scouts last summer. So I'm gonna guess he's exactly 6'3".
Okay, fair enough.
But you're right that a lot of these guys do end up shrinking somehow. You're right about that.
Yeah, you're like, man, I thought that guy was like 6'1". It's like
Bryce Young, known 6 foot tall human being. Bryce Young.
Get out of here. Yeah,
known 204 pounds.
6 foot.
Nothing funnier to me in my, albeit very short experience. I've been to the combine now 3-4 times, and nothing was funnier than passing by fat man. Who was I just talking about?
Bryce Young.
Oh yeah, Bryce. I got totally sidetracked. Fat Bryce Young at the combine, where he was clearly like pounding who knows what all night before his weigh-in. He looked like.
Could you tell he looked swollen?
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Like the water weight on this guy's face, it was like hanging off of his face. He looked like he had just gone on a Thanksgiving weekend bender and had eaten 20,000 calories of junk food for the past 3 days. It was
Wild.
egregious how intentionally fat he was to get right over that 200 number, because he plays at, I mean, he's really like he's like 5'11", probably 185. But he came in and wore those platform shoes or whatever and was 6 foot 204.
BS. All right.
It's very funny.
Let's get to the Tankathon update. Then we've got our New Year's resolutions for Titans fans and Titans media and us. Everybody's involved in my New Year's resolution.
One more note, by the way, on that. That was, we saw him before we knew whether he was going to work out at the combine. Everybody's like, "Do you think he's going to work out?" And you take one look at him, and you're like, "That guy's not going to go do anything athletic. He's not going to move out there.
He has to go to the bathroom."
That's right. He was in baggy sweats all week. He didn't touch an athletic field. I didn't see that man in cleats, not once.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get to we have our New Year's resolution, but I also want to get through the draft order watch that we have for this last weekend. The last time we get to do this, because on Monday, the next morning show, we will know exactly what
we will know
the Titans are picking. So we'll do that here in a second. But first, Easton, tell everybody about the Bone and Joint Institute.
I will, if you can throw the graphic up there, because I still can't scroll for some reason. But the Bone and Joint Institute, they are the region's destination for comprehensive orthopedics and sports medicine. You can check them out at boneandjointtn.org. Whenever you get hurt in life, you have to know who to trust, and we trust our friends right off of I-65 down here in the Franklin area, the Bone and Joint Institute. They have over a dozen specialists who can help you through any type of injury. State-of-the-art rehab facility. It's right there on campus, helps you with your recovery. They do everything under one roof for your convenience: clinic, testing, imaging, surgery, and rehab. Schedule an appointment with them today at boneandjointtn.org.
BTA Sports, better for betters. Man, I feel like every playoff I open up my sportsbook app and I like look at the lines. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. Yes. I am terrified of being wrong because these lines are too good. But BTA Sports is in my back pocket this year for the first time in the playoffs, and I can't be more excited about that. So BTA Sports, better for sports bettors for the NFL playoffs, for the Super Bowl, for Major League Baseball next year, and for the next full regular season of the NFL. You can pay $79, but you get a 14-day free trial before that to decide if you think it's worth it. So you really get, if you do this now, you get really the last game of the regular season that's going to be juicy, and you have the wild card weekend round for BTA Sports before your 14-day free trial runs out. So do that today. Use the code AtoZSports when you download the app. The link is in the description on YouTube, the Facebook title as well. BTA Sports, AtoZSports with the code Better for Betters. Okay, so the draft order. This is complicated. We've been talking for a bit about how, really the last couple of weeks, the Titans and the Cardinals have been neck and neck with the strength of schedule. So here is the Tankathon update. The Titans currently have the edge. So the weaker strength of schedule gets the higher draft pick, right? Because that means you are worse against an easier schedule, means you get that nod. So the Titans and Cardinals come down to the like 1,000th decimal point, 574 to 577, both 3-13. So on the left side, I have the rooting interest that the Titans fans need to have for this weekend. So if both the Titans and the Cardinals lose their games, they both end at 3-14. The Titans need 3 out of those 6 stars to happen. That's how that works.
Is it? I didn't know that.
That's what it says on Tankathon. And this is all Tankathon cited source. So so 3 of those 6 stars need to happen for the Titans to get the 4th pick, and the Cardinals stay at 5. If the Cardinals get let me just make sure I'm quoting myself correctly on this one. If it reloads, yes, that's the situation. So if it's 2 out of the 6 stars, then Arizona wins a tiebreaker because the Titans beat the Cardinals.
Right. That. How fitting would it be after a season long of people, understandably, not realizing that head-to-head does not matter, it coming down in the end to the one way that head-to-head can matter, which is to the 1,000th decimal point, you tie.
So I'm just gonna read all this again. So it's coming down to thousandth decimal point. The Titans need 3 out of the 6 stars on the left side. We'll walk them in a second to win that strength of schedule battle over the Cardinals. If they only get 2 out of the 6 stars, the strength of schedule is tied. And then the Cardinals win that to get the 4th pick because the Titans beat them in a game that was wacky that should have been the Cardinals win.
So really, you need if you just get the Bengals to whip up on the Browns the way that they should, then you're probably sitting pretty. Juan Don asks, what has to happen for the Titans to get the first overall pick? Nothing. It's not possible any longer. You can get the second overall pick. That would require the Giants beating the Cowboys and the Jets somehow by a literal miracle from God beating the Bills. Good luck with that.
Because the Bills have something to play for.
They do.
Yeah.
And the Jets are currently, are they still playing Missouri legend Brady Cook? I think so. So good luck with that.
So
I saw some stat. It's like the Jets, the past month, are the first team since, I don't know, the dinosaurs or something, to lose 4 consecutive games by 23 or more points or something like that. Like they've not just been losing, they've been getting throttled for a month.
Right.
They ain't winning this week.
Yeah. And honestly, to get the 2nd pick, you also probably need the Cardinals to win, right?
Why?
Because
you
need the Giants. The Giants would have to win over the Cowboys, which goes against one of your stars.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need
unless
you
get because you need the Browns because the Browns are already there. So I guess you still could have it work out if the Giants beat the Cowboys. You'd still just need the Bengals and then like Green Bay. I think that's probably your best bet, right?
Right. And then if the Titans win, the worst case, quote unquote worst case, would be picking 7th.
Yeah.
That would require the Commanders, the Browns, and the Cardinals all losing. Which, they might.
Yep.
How different will that be, by the way, if suddenly we're talking about the 7th pick on
Ruben Bain?
On Monday. Well, and I mean that would bring it back into question, right? Because then right now in the 4th or 5th spot, again, a lot of dynamics at play and a lot of time left to go for these things to shake out. But it's reasonable to assume that at the 4th or 5th spot, you will have your pick of, if not the first edge off the board, probably the second edge off the board, right? Because you're going to have 2 quarterbacks in the first 2 picks and then an edge or a receiver or whatever it is. If you're at 7th, you might be left with a guy like Bain as like, well, last stop on the potentially elite edge junction. You know what I mean? And that's a whole different conversation, brother.
And look, if the board falls that way, then the board falls that way, right? But
I hope that it does.
So
I say selfishly from a content standpoint.
What, you'd rather them pick 7th than 4th?
If I am putting on my purely content creator hat and not Titans fan hat, yes, I would way rather than pick 7th than 4th. There's so many more things to talk about at 7 than 4. So many more.
All right, so going back to this, I feel like Bengals over the Browns and Packers over the Vikings are your best chance. And then Dallas over the Giants too, right? Like those are probably your 4 stars. I think the Saints Falcons might be a great game that matters.
It might be just the most fun game of the week for no reason. It really might. And
the Dolphins ain't beating the Patriots unless more Patriots players get arrested.
Which is plenty of time.
Could happen. I mean, they usually come in 3s, right? Is that what they say? Oh, that's not the same thing. Never mind.
Well, but there's,
All right, it is time for good news, and for this good news, this is our Titans New Year's resolution.
What's your resolution? Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't get the bit.
Come on, dude.
Didn't get the bit. Excuse me.
Titans New Year's resolution for everybody to jump in. Here we go. Shout out to Wilson County Hyundai making a part of our new car buying process in Lebanon online.
New car buying process. Became Irish there for a second.
Wilson
new car.
Get your new car. What accent is that? Is that kind of Boston?
It sound. Oh no, the way you said car sounded Irish to me.
We've
got Ireland accent. We've got a Borat accent this morning.
Yep. Yep.
Buy a car, great
WilsonCountyHyundai.com.
success.
Save money on the new ride.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
If you guys want to drop in your good news or your news resolution, go for it. By the way, Jordan
Please
Love
do,
is
in
back.
fact. Now's the time.
Jordan Love is back playing Packers quarterback, I think.
He cleared protocol, so I'm assuming he's back.
Also, they announced their pregnancy.
Saw that.
I saw that on my Instagram. Oh, so all right, here it is. My New Year's resolution. I put this out on our socials yesterday. Yesterday, New Year's Day. Guys, my New Year's resolution is for me, Easton, JT, everybody with AtoZSports, everybody in the chat, Titans fans, Titans media. Let's not get too bought into the hype for next year's Titans. They're not going to be the Patriots next year. They're not going to be a playoff team, and that's okay.
I don't think you can say that.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. No, Ethan, shut up. That's what I'm saying.
You cannot
Don't
say for
do it.
sure that
Stop.
they won't be. You can't
Ethan,
say that.
Don't.
I mean, we saw three
This
different
is
teams
Zip
do
it.
it this year.
This is mine.
We saw 3 teams do it in the same year this year. So your resolution
Do
is
what?
wrong. Go get a coach and go from really crappy to really awesome and be potential 1 seeds.
But my point is, let's not do that.
Don't expect it. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Don't like that. That's my point.
Right.
Let's just
stick with. Don't expect it.
Shush. This is my
Just
New
stick
Year's
with that.
resolution. Shush.
Your resolution
Trying to-
stinks.
No, it does not. My point is, let's stay calm. We can have expectations. They're going to hire a new coach. That's exciting. They have $105 million of cap space currently. Probably going to be more soon. That's exciting. That's the most in the NFL. They're going to have a top 5 draft pick. Excited. Cam Ward's throwing 10 touchdown passes in the last 5 games. That's exciting. It looks good. It feels good. Let's just not get into August and be like, oh my God, the Titans are going 10-7. They're going 11-6. Titans are going to win the South.
Titans are going to win the AFC. Titans are going to win the Super Bowl.
Let's just root and think the Titans can have normal progress.
I give all of you permission to hope for the Titans to be the Patriots next year. I think that you should hope for it. I think that it's good for your mind and your soul and your body this year to hope for that. I do not give you permission to expect it. I expressly forbid you from expecting it. And that is where I agree with you, Austin. You may not expect it.
Do not. Just calm down.
Relax. And it's a good general rule of thumb for New Year's resolutions this year. Everybody just relax a little bit, all right? You know? Let's take it down a notch. Relax?
Yes.
REALX? RELEAX? What? Huh? There's clearly a reference you're trying to make here, and I just can't spell all of a sudden.
You don't know what you don't know what that reference is?
Nope.
Aaron Rodgers, RELAX.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, my resolution is has less to do with us, has more to do with the Titans. It's kind of a plea to the Titans.
Okay.
Don't fire anybody this year. Can we just
Nobody?
not fire someone? Can we just nobody.
Whoa. No. Mm-mm.
Well, okay, technically whatever. The guys that have been the walking pre-fired for the past 6 weeks don't count.
Okay. After you clean out the current employees, don't fire anybody you don't. How about this?
You
Don't
may not fire
fire
anybody after January
No.
9th.
Do not fire anybody that you hire within the same year.
No, because that gives Amy permission to go fire Brinker and Mike.
Damn it. Okay.
Which I'm telling her she cannot do.
Okay.
You may not fire these people. Don't do it. Stop.
Do not fire anybody on the coaching staff that is retained by the new head coach. Do not fire anybody who had involvement in the hiring of the new head coach and who was hired by the new head coach.
Yes. Don't. Like it just I want to not do that, please. I think you'd be dumb to continue to do this. You keep reloading the chamber on the gun that you are using to shoot yourself in both of your feet over and over and over. Quit.
Okay,
Please and thank
that's
you.
yours. Don't overreact. So mine is relax.
I'm not saying don't ever fire them. If they deserve to be fired, eventually fire them. But this year, you don't know, not allowed. Can't do it this year. Patience, please. Thank you. That is all.
We did have some good news that I was going to read.
All right.
Jason, good news. Free agency can put the Titans in the best player available in the draft. Maybe.
Well, they have plenty of money to do that if they feel they would like to. I am really, and this is a whole another show topic, I am really looking forward to talking through this Titans offseason because we know that Mike Borgonzi and Chad Brinker are the draft and develop guys. They're the don't blow your load in free agency guys. They're the don't go on a sugar rush, spending spree, the way that the Titans did with Rand Carthon and it blew up in their face. And yet, they have many holes and many, many monies that they must spend on somebody. So how do you circle that square? I don't know. We're gonna see.
Nick Ewing, more good news. Vandy fans in Pavi eating some humble pie, hopefully. Will they eat half of a humble pie? 4 slices?
It's a lot of pie.
That's a lot of pie. But
so
hey,
much pie.
Diego Pavi
the whole
is saying
team can share a pie. They can collectively eat the pie.
Oh no, they need more pies. Diego Pavia deserves a whole pie. I mean, you know the reference, right? This past summer on Bussin' with the Boys, he was asked about
I saw all the edits. They were incredible.
You just need 7 points to beat Iowa. How about 37 points to beat Iowa?
Well, and that's where I would say the real humble pie should be consumed by Vandy's defense is sorry. And it's not like anybody this year, everyone knew that Vandy's defense was not. It was the reason, frankly, that they weren't a playoff team was Vandy's defense. And as incredible as they've done recruiting and building up this team, old Clark Lee has some real defensive recruiting to do if he wants to be a real college.
How about also? It does not matter. What Vandy did in the World Class Bowl does not matter.
Yeah, agreed.
What Tennessee did in the Music City Bowl doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I was there in the Music City Bowl. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Very silly sport. The bowls that are turning their bowls into memes are the only bowls that are doing anything right. The Cheez-It Bowl and the Pop-Tart Bowl and these are what bowls should be. Lean
about the
into
Liberty Bowl?
How ridiculously dumb college football is. Lean into it all the way. Market it to the moon. That's the way to do bowls.
And I will give a shout out to the Music City Bowl. They did a great job with that.
In stadium. I did not see nearly enough digital marketing for it. That's the next step. They're close. Because I saw via you all of the Limu, Emu, and Doug stuff that was going on, the shenanigans, and that's
real
great.
Doug was there, not just the mascot Doug, but the
really?
Real guy.
How about that?
I walked by and I was like, "Hey, it's Doug."
No way.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was a big celebrity dressed like Doug.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dressed as Doug.
It needs to be. They need to really I need to see it all over my social feed. I need to see the shenanigans online. That's the next step.
Jeff says bowls don't matter to SEC fans unless they win them. No, Jeff, I don't care what the SEC bowl record is or not. It doesn't matter to me. I think it's dumb. It is objectively dumb for one conference to beat their chest about their bowl record versus other conferences. It's stupid. It means nothing.
Well,
I don't care what happens to other SEC bowl games. How about this, Jeff? Teams wearing red in the college football playoff were 1-4 this year.
Oh,
the one win for the red team was against another red team.
So only by default, really.
Yeah. So Jeff, your team wears red. You're one of the 4.
Get cooked, Jeff.
Get cooked, Jeff.
Here's my good news, real brief. Speaking of sports that we don't ever talk about on here, I don't know if anyone's paying attention to the old Nashville Predators, but don't let the Preds get hot, is all I'm going to say. They were dead in the water. They were talking the first month and change of the season about how the Titans and the Preds are both going to draft first overall in this year's upcoming draft. Andrew Brunette, get him out of here. Got to fire the guy. He stinks. And now, in their last month or so, they've been doing a whole lot of winning. Ever since Nick Saban was brought into the ownership group. I don't know if they're letting Nick actually coach the team or what, but looking pretty pretty interesting. The Preds.
Yeah. Bustin says, don't even front like that, Austin. You would have been puffing your chest if UT won. No, I wouldn't have. I was bummed that Tennessee lost.
We
solely
beat
because,
Illinois.
no,
Suck it,
solely
Illini.
I had great videos. Awesome sideline videos. And they did not matter at all for social media views and numbers and reach because Tennessee lost. Easton,
That's the annoyance.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I worked my ass off in cold weather. Probably not dressed well enough for that because I wasn't expecting to spend the first quarter and the fourth quarter on the sideline. I was expecting the press box for the majority of that.
Right.
But man, I was in perfect position because I know where to be. I got great video. It happened. I got lucky, and none of it mattered.
Did you hear from Sam after that game at all?
Afterwards, no. We did text, but it was not about that game. We were like trading how's
Sam
life.
does not
how's
Sam
life
does not
going?
pretend to care much about Illinois football.
No, Northern Illinois is his team.
Correct.
So and then like Bradley. So all right. Is that it?
Let's get out of here.
All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Easton and JT will see you guys for week 18's match, Titans, Jags, right here on game day. So they'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you on Monday. Make sure you hit that like button, like the show. We'll see you guys later on. Appreciate it. Bye.
Peace.